a beast? Do I look like a jock? Okay. Large Marge. Okay, you guys, there are so many little designer tips to this cute little breakfast room area that I wanted to show you. And the first one is, very often when you move into a new house or maybe you're renting, the chandelier is usually centered on the room. But if you wanted to bring in a sideboard or something like this to give a dining area a little extra storage, it cheats the room off and makes it so your table can't be centered underneath the chandelier. So all you need to do is center the table between the edge of this sideboard and your wall, center the table between that area, and then center the rug under the table. And now visually, no one will really notice that the chandelier isn't centered on the table, and maybe you didn't even notice looking at this picture, but that's a really great tip if you're renting or you don't have enough money to change the wiring in your house. The other thing that I love to do in a little dining area like this is use a rug that has a lot of pattern, especially if you have kids. It just camouflages anything that falls on it. Spaghetti sauce or peanut butter and jelly. Looks like it was part of the pattern. And when we're mixing the rug with art, and when you're using a piece of art this large, it's a good idea to have something, especially if it's got a lot of color going on, that's a little bit chilled out like this. This is kind of muted and blurred, so it didn't compete with the pattern of the rug. I thought that was so beautiful, and I loved that this had this beautiful pink angle running through the art. It sort of echoed what was happening in the rug with those angles and patterns. And the other thing that I thought was so beautiful is that chandelier that just comes down in this little simple triangle kind of echoes what's happening with the diamond shapes in the rug too. So it's these little themes that are running through the room that you may not notice just off the cuff, but they really do help unite things. The other thing that I really wanted to show you guys was a great way to kind of have different movements of furniture collide and come together. And in this case, I really loved that mid-century feeling mixing with that beautiful kind of French Provençal vibe. So this table had the wrought iron base and that beautiful marble top. The chandelier felt very Provençal, and I wanted to show it how it could really work with a more mid-century slick look. And a great way to do that is to keep a very neutral palette. In this case, we just used black and white. So they look like they were meant to go together all along, when really they're quite different, but I think it was a seamless approach. The next thing is, when you have a room this big, I love bringing in an indoor tree. They're sculptural, they really fill the room. Fiddly figs are so trendy, and I'm jumping on the bandwagon, but I think putting that fiddly fig here really balances the room, so it almost becomes a piece of sculpture. And then the last thing is, sideboards are just great things to have in a dining area, even if it is a little breakfast room. It's a great place to store extra plates, extra napkins, things like that, placemats. But for me, I love it because it's a great place to have crayons and paper and scissors and all the things that kids usually need to use when they're doing homework or crafts. Because in this case, this was a big open floor plan, so you can be in the kitchen doing whatever you do. I don't cook very much, but you could be talking to your friend on the phone. And your kids can be in the breakfast room doing a craft or doing their homework. I just thought that was a great piece of extra storage. So I know it seems like there wasn't a lot going on in a room this small, but really under the surface, there were so many things that we considered to pull it together and make it look seamless. Anyway, I hope you guys love this room. We had the best time designing it, and I hope you end up making a cute little birthday party for your muffins in your own house. What? Psycho.